The Batman was fucking awesome. The Batman is the latest Bat film out in theaters. And if you don't know, this has nothing to do with the DCU Ben Affleck Batman. Has nothing to do with the upcoming Batgirl film. This is its own standalone Batman film. Essentially, the first one since the Dark Knight trilogy. And going in, I was very excited. The trailers made it dope, and I know there was a lot of backlash for Robert Pattinson's casting, but I mean, my Ben Affleck faced the same criticism, and then many went to call him the best Batman ever. He's legit got criticism when he got casted, and then he's considered the greatest Joker ever. So yeah, don't listen too much to criticism. Gal Gadot was criticized too for being Wonder Woman, and then anybody loves her as Wonder Woman. And this is just the latest example of that. Robert Pattinson got casted as Batman, and we have petitions to change him. That this was terrible because people only really knew him from Twilight mainly. But honestly, I will say this right now, and I'm gonna say it right now. Robert Pattinson was an awesome, awesome fucking Batman. I just said that. You guys are attacking me for it. Honestly, he really was. He was honestly a fucking fantastic Batman. I loved this Batman. I loved his portrayal. He was fucking great. I fucking love his bat suit. I want to say that right now. The bat suit in this film is by far, in my opinion, the best live action bat suit we've seen. I'm sorry if you take offense, if you like the Ben Affleck one or the Michael Keaton one or the Christian Bale one, but this is just my opinion. Remember, these are just my opinions. The Batman, the bat suit in here is, my God, it looks so fucking good. Every time I kept seeing it on screen, I was like, damn, the bat suit looks good. It's just something that kept popping up in my mind as I was watching the film. It just is fucking great. And honestly, the movie's gotten really good reviews. There are some criticisms here and there by some people. All criticism is fair, I believe. I mean, it's all opinion based. But for the most part, the movie's been pretty well received. I mean, it's I can see why. Because honestly, Robert Pattinson was fantastic at Batman. Catwoman was great. Penguin was great. The Riddler was great. The Riddler was quite different than the usual Riddler, but honestly, it worked to this film's advantage because of the tone that the film is. And I feel like regular Riddler would have definitely not fit in here with this type of film. But the way it was made here, it works perfectly. So yes, I think the Riddler was fucking awesome. Different, but awesome. I fucking love the soundtrack. I love the Batman theme in this film. The action, there's a lot of action. I mean, the movie's 3 hours long, about like 2 hours 55 minutes, just about. Um, and there's a lot of action, and some people might go, "Oh, 3 hours, of course." But The Dark Knight Rises was almost as long, and there's not a lot of bat action in that film. So this film, there's a lot of action. Here's action in the beginning, and a little bit of detective work. Here's more action, and a little bit more detective work. And I feel like that's one of the movie's biggest strengths. It focuses in more on the detective side of Batman, especially solving the riddles and all that. It really does fucking work. It's really well done. To be honest, it's just fucking fantastic. The world they created here is dark. It's fucking brutal. Like this Batman just gave no fucks when it came to action. It just was fucking fan fucking tastic. The Penguin was great. The Penguin was not the main villain. That honor goes to the Riddler, but he was definitely really good too. I really did like him. He was honestly fantastic. And Catwoman, I believe the actor's name is Zoe Kravitz. I believe I'm not very good with names here. It was great, and she follows other actresses who play Catwoman, and also like usually when people think of the best Catwoman, people think of Batman Returns of Michelle, and there's also Anne Hathaway, but I just feel like she was great. I She was awesome. She was awesome for this fucking Batman film. And then yeah, oh my God, like the one thing that really surprised me, shocked me, and in a good way, I thought it was fucking awesome is the amount of actual Batman in the Batman. You know how I just kind of just spoke about how The Dark Knight Rises is a long film, but there's not a lot of Batman in that film. There really isn't. He barely shows up in that film, and I like Dark Knight Rises, by the way. But here, I swear to God, the movie has to be like 90% or 95% of Bruce Wayne in the Batman suit. Batman. You get very little Bruce Wayne in this film. And to me, I mean, this is just my opinion. That was great. That was fucking awesome. When you want to see Batman in the Batman, and that's where the one thing does. Because of that, you don't get a lot of Bruce Wayne, and the little bit we get, Robert Pattinson is not gonna go down in history as the greatest Bruce Wayne or one of the best. Um, Definitely might go down as one of the best Batmans. I honestly thought he was fucking awesome. He's definitely in the conversation of the best Batman. If you want to go Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, Robert Pattinson, I don't think there's a wrong answer out of those four. I really don't. I mean, if somebody told me Michael Keaton, that'd be fair. Somebody told me Christian Bale, that'd be fair. Ben Affleck, that'd be fair. And clearly, Robert Pattinson, after watching this film, that would be fair statement. He was great on this role. I mean, he was fucking fantastic on the role. And yeah, he's just Batman. Like throughout almost the entirety of the film, he's in the bat suit, and I fucking thought, wow, like just that caught me off guard, because you've never seen Batman so much in a Batman film, and it fucking works. But like I said, because of that, there's very little Bruce Wayne, and usually Bruce Wayne is more of his undercover way to cover himself up to make sure people don't ever assume he was the Batman. Versus here, Bruce Wayne is more of a loner, laid back, doesn't ever really leave the mansion. I mean, at times, I mean, when he does come out, people are shocked to see Bruce Wayne out and about. Carmine Falcone is also in this film. So really, my God, when it comes to characters, you have Penguin, Riddler, Carmine Falcone, and Catwoman, which are four, major characters from the Batman universe. But it doesn't feel overcrowded because they all play their part really well. There's a really good chase scene that I honestly can't say anything. To me, personally, there really wasn't anything wrong with the film. I'm trying to look for negatives where to me there aren't any. To me, the movie really was fucking great all around. And there's been this discussion on the internet, which is better, the Batman or the Dark Knight? And the fact that you even have that conversation tells you how good the Batman is, because for so long the Dark Knight felt that it could not be touched, and the Dark Knight is still a fucking fantastic film. And you have that, which was better. And in my personal opinion, I feel like the Batman became the best Batman film for all the reasons I've just stated, man. The story was really good. It was gripping. It was dark. The detective side of Batman, and just the presence. And one thing they did right was not showing us Bruce Wayne's origins again. That's one of the good things they did. They did not show us what we already know. We know the story. We know. We've seen it 1,000 times on screen. On live action, we've seen it in animated forms. We've seen it in like we at this point, it's like it's like Spider-Man. We know his backstory. We don't need to see it again, which was the right call here. Uh, the one shame thing is, obviously, if you don't know, the Batman started originally as a DCU, the Batman film, and it's not that. If you don't know, like I said, it's his own thing, but it works. Matt Reeves, good fucking job. Because to be honest with you, the 3 hours for me just went like that. I was like, oh, it's over. I had to fucking use the bathroom about 1 hour in. I fucking held it throughout the entire fucking film, because I was like, I need to wait for a moment that nothing major's happening so I can use the bathroom. And that moment never came. Like I said, he's always Batman, so there's always action on the detective side or something interesting going on. James Gordon's in the film too, very well done too. I feel like Alfred wasn't given much to do here. Andy Serkis is Alfred. Not that he's not bad as Alfred. He's good, but it's just he wasn't given much to do in the film. But to be honest, it's just the Batman to me is the best Batman film now. That might seem like a crime to some. I might get assaulted on the way out here. What the fuck you mean? But yeah, I fully recommend you watch the Batman. To me, The Batman is a 10 out of 10. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Give me your opinions. I want to hear. How would you rank the Batman film? Speaking of the Dark Knight, I have the Dark Knight trilogy box back here. The popcorn bucket from the Batman. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about the film. How you think it stacks up against the other Batman films. How you think Robert Pattinson stacks against the other Batman actors. Let me know. This has been the one and only Brian Redgrave. Redgrave out.